Hi everybody, my name is Maytavi Chang and I'm the producer for Windows.
Hi everyone, my name is Amani Brooker and I am the storyboard artist and creative director.
Hi, I'm Reginald Sinuous and I am the creator of Windows.
So Reginald, tell us about your short film and what really inspired Windows.
Honestly, Windows is inspired by a lot of things that I went through when I was growing up and a lot of things that my friends went through. It really started off as an assignment that I had while I was a SCAD, and I wrote this short story. I wasn't really gonna do anything with it, and I went about my business, and I was pursuing sculpture at the time when I got out of college. And I took a break from that, and I was consulting with one of my mentors. And right then and there, that story came back up. As I dived back into it, it became something completely different that I just kept working on for years and years, like just sporadically, and it became Windows.
You said that it changed at a certain time because you created the project in the beginning and then later on you went back to it, but then you're like, wait, there's something a little bit different. Can you dive into a little bit more? Is it just the time? Is it like you grow older, more mature? Is it just like what?
Well, at first it was just a short story that I didn't really pay any mind to. I was surprised that I came up with the idea. First it was about this guy who his wife was having trouble conceiving. And in Haitian culture, a lot of times they will pray to certain deities to help them with fertility. In the story, he had prayed to this deity and she blessed him and he got a son. And during the course of that short story, he kind of lost it to his own vices. He just went down a downward spiral and the wife and child had to get away from him because of that. And he blamed the spirit. And he thought that the spirit was trying to take the child away from him. At the end of the story, he came to the realization that it was his fault. So it was just that story at the beginning. And then once I started working on it again, like I realized that the kid was this character that I really identified with. And I just started writing more and more and more about the kid. And I realized I really, really identify with a lot of the mythic themes of Haitian culture, of Yoruba, of Ifa. And I just kept researching and I just kept writing, and eventually I realized that it's a coming of age story, not just for me, but what I feel like my whole generation of friends went through.
Tell me a little bit about what's happening with this campaign right now. Is it the full project? Is it, is it the short?
Right now, we're running a campaign so that we could shoot a proof of concept for Windows, which is going to be a 1-minute short, pretty much a trailer that will lead to us getting more funding for a pilot, being able to get eyes on the idea with all the other stuff that I have going with the story, like the storyboards, the treatments. The pilot is already written. So this is something to be coupled with those things so that I can get funding, so I can get support. The timeline is trailer, pilot, while the pilot is being shopped around, comic book series, which Amani is going to be the illustrator for.
So tell us about the trailer. Why should we watch it? What's going on?
Well, we should watch the trailer because it's going to be the very first introduction of Yves and his world. It's going to be his normal day-to-day life, and it's gonna compare, your typical day is not walking down the street is gonna be much different than Yves' typical day walking down the street, and we're gonna see it from his perspective, like spirits turning to look at him and wanting to jump out at him because they know who he is. We're gonna explore his supernatural world that has this interconnection between dreams and reality and life and death. And it's going to completely, it's not gonna be a mind fuck, but it is gonna make you look at things differently.
And I feel this really focuses on the spiritual realms of the story, and we're getting like a look inside Eve's present day and flashbacks from his past. I think it's a really good trailer that encompasses like everything that he's going to go through to get where he goes in the end.
What other characters in the trailer or in the animatics storyboards is going to be presented? Like who are we going to see on the trailer, you know?
The main characters in the trailer are going to be Eve's, of course, and a character named Mira, who he meets that lets him see his power in a new light, because he's essentially running from these visions that he sees. She kind of, you know, transforms his view of like, oh, maybe I should walk towards this. Also, there's a mysterious lady in white.
Okay, we're gonna need to dive in a little bit with who Eve is. When I talked about that short story and the father and the son, so Eve is the son. Unlike what happens in the short story, his father is like this powerful Haitian shaman. In Creole, that we call them Ugan. And Eve, as a child, he sees his father as this powerful figure. Somehow, some way, his father's powers cause him to lose his mind, and it causes a downfall and the fragmentation of his family. So his relationship with his powers, when they start developing, is to run the fuck away. So instead of walking down his path, he chases the American dream. And to him, that manifests as becoming a famous fighter. The trailer shows how much he's running away and how much he despises it, but also starts to highlight this woman named Mira, who he, in reoccurring dreams, he just always sees her. And eventually he meets her in real life. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, she has the same type of powers as he does, but she's not running away. And she's not crazy, her mind is not broken, she embraces it. And that's when that influence starts to happen, where it's like, okay, let me give it a try, so let me see what she got going on. But she's not exactly what she seems. Mm-hmm. And that's where one of the main conflicts is gonna come from with Windows.
So Reginald and Monty, I wanted to ask real quick, what influences stories that you guys are putting into this?
Well, Windows is heavily influenced by Haitian, Caribbean, and African myths. So it's a supernatural drama. And the drama aspect of it comes from that it's a coming of age story, and it's influenced by things that I felt like me and my generation of peers went through when we were coming of age, when we were trying to rectify between who we are and who our parents are. It's comparable to a mix of Atlanta, American Gods, and a little bit of Snowfall. Comics and manga, Yu Yu Hakusho, Berserk, to name a couple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit of, Avatar, and a lot of manga that deals with supernatural realms. And I just want to make that happen, but with the African Caribbean myth lens.
And what I really appreciated when we were talking about it, what I was asking Reginald about Windows, it was really cool to hear him say that he wanted to kind of shed more light on voodoo culture and not make it so it's like every time you see voodoo depicted in TV, it's always a doll with the needles in it, and you're just like,
and it's like they're in a dark room and it's night, and it's like, okay.
Dive that into more, because I remember you mentioning about that with Windows, and then also like you representing the Haitian culture, the stories, the supernatural elements, but you also mentioned about voodoo as well. So what's going on there?
With a lot of the spirits in Windows, it deals with the voodoo pantheon and the Ifa pantheon of gods, just like Europe has Greek gods and Roman gods. Haiti and Yoruba culture has their own pantheon, and it never gets highlighted. When it does get highlighted, it's like dark or demonic. And really, if you ever learn anything about voodoo, it's nothing like that. There's dark magic, of course, but actually a spiritual practice that a lot of people follow. A lot of times the celebrations and the ceremonies are bright. People are wearing bright clothes, they're at rivers, they're in nature. And though in Windows, because of Eve's scars, he will have a dark outlook into the spiritual world. But once Mira comes in and becomes that foil, it'll introduce him with the audience with a whole different side of Ifa and voodoo that people don't usually portray in film and media. And it's gonna be much more bright. The music is gonna be all-encompassing, not dark, more vibrant is the main word that I wanna go with.
So I'm going to direct this question more so towards Imani, right? Because we are seeing gorgeous, gorgeous artwork that is being presented on all social media channels within Windows and Howling Warlocks Productions right here about Windows itself and what should we expect? Because in our timeline here, we also expect a bit of a comic book that's coming in, whether or not after trailer, after the pilot. Imani, I want you to answer that.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you.
Oh my God, yeah.
I appreciate it. So we really want everybody to see what the concept is for the trailer and be able to see, like, from beat to beat, like frame to frame, what is happening before the actual live action. So I have drawn some storyboards that will depict what is going to be filmed, like what is the camera going to be shooting on. By the time we've reached our GoFundMe goal, that I will have that completed, and you'll be able to see what's called an animatic, where the storyboards will play like the trailer would essentially, but it'll just be in drawing form, frame by frame. There's a lot of depth in this story, and it's not the easiest thing to just convey normally, and there's a lot of supernatural things happening, and so to be able to like illustrate that in a way that a lot of people could connect with is going to be challenging and fun at the same time.
Definitely something to really look forward to. So we're going to have that after we hit that goal. 3,000
Yes,
goal.
yes. So
okay.
stay tuned for that.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. I'm really excited about that for us all. So, Reginald Imani, how are you feeling with the response of your fundraising efforts? You're hitting about 2,000 right now, and your goal being 3,000. Like, how are you feeling? You feeling the love here?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm feeling the love. This, like, I had a lot of reservations about, you know, making a GoFundMe and asking for money, and then one of my friends was just like, "You're acting crazy. Just go ahead and put out your ideas. You've done all this work. Like, if anybody asks you what the story is about, you got like 1,500 documents about it. So why don't you just take a chance?" And I'm glad I took that chance. I'm pretty happy with the turnout. In less than a week, we made more than half, like 2/3 of it, more than that. And I'm pretty sure by Friday, we're gonna be even closer to our goal.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for your support. We are feeling the love and belief in the project and really can't wait to get it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely really feeling the love, or else I wouldn't be in front of camera, because I don't really like being in front of camera. But here we are. So, May, what are we gonna do with the money that we raised from this fundraiser?
So the funds that we are going to raise with this campaign is going to be put into the trailer of Windows, which is basically a 1 minute to 2 minute introducing the world of Windows to the audience. What the money will be involved basically will go to a lot of the production itself. That would involve from locations to crew, feeding the crew, actors, solidifying them. We're trying to get more SAG actors, more prominent figures involved with our film itself. And then lastly, special effects, because the story itself is containing supernatural elements that require special effects to really drive in the story of Windows. Afterwards, when we finish the trailer, we're going to push towards another campaign, which is the pilot, which Reginald, I think you can tell a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a pilot episode after we do the trailer. The trailer is a proof of concept that we can get eyes on so that we can raise more money to shoot the pilot episode. And we will have a bigger campaign, but also we will, by that time, we'll have investors who are interested in the story from what they see from the trailer.
Yeah. With this second pilot campaign, we're hoping to get a lot more traction, a lot more love and support from the audience, because once you see the trailer, you're gonna know what we're talking about, right? Now,
Yes.
it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be
Yes.
wild.
It
Yeah.
definitely is. And we really appreciate all of the love and support that we've been getting so far. Like, it is getting us really pumped to go ahead and shoot the trailer. And I mean, even though we're getting close to our goal, don't feel like you can't continue to donate. Like, little expenses, unexpected expenses always come up. So,
Yeah,
you know,
the GoFundMe campaign will continue on after we hit our 3,000 mark. So even after, if you miss the chance, if you miss the deadline, you're more than welcome to help donation. Obviously, when we're going throughout production, you know, every bit helps. Every bit helps, 100%.
Everybody who donates to this fundraiser will be invited to join us on our Patreon for free to see the process of making the trailer and further into making the pilot. So you will be able to see behind the scenes footage of us working on set. You'll be able to directly get in touch and see artwork that's being developed, concepts that we're building, and even just ask questions and be at the leading edge of what's happening with Windows.
A lot of great stuff. What are some final words that we want to say to our contributors, our supporters, fundraisers, future fundraisers that we want to shout out before ending this? Yeah.
I think for me, I just want to say thank you. I'm not the type to be in front of camera or ask for support. I'm usually the creative that's just, you know, suffering in the dark by himself alone. But, you know, I'm changing, and this has definitely changed my outlook at the whole creative process and including my audience into the stories that I'm creating. And I'm very thankful and grateful for that. Even if I don't get all the funding that I want to get, just that alone is enough for me.
Prove this guy wrong.
I know, I was just about to say,
Yeah, prove this guy wrong. Go ahead, Monica.
No, but first of all, you guys have left us no room to believe that we will not get completely funded. Like, the love and support has been just phenomenal. Like, we are feeling it. We're getting really pumped to actually complete the project, get shooting, get all the cast. Like, I mean, he's worked so hard on this. Like, everything, the world building, the character development, it's the plot, like, everything is written out to the T. Like, we know exactly who we want for, like, as far as looking for casting. We know what the aesthetic of everything is gonna be. So it's all of your donations are going to be well spent. And we're just really excited and really grateful. So thank you so much.
And one more thing, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
You gave me this story, I dare say, 2 years ago. Coming in like, man, you know, I got this cool story called Windows. Read the first script. I was like, love it. When are we filming this? So here we are, 2024, finally getting this project started. And so with each donation and contribution, you're proving him wrong that this project can happen. Windows is definitely something that is needed to be made. It is a voice that needs to be out there, and it is a story that's definitely needs to be told. So all the help is needed, and with every single dollar donation, support, share, like, comment, etc., etc., etc. You got no money, that's fine. You got a finger, put that down there. Hit that like, hit that share.
Yeah, all of that.
Because it really helps out with spreading the word for Windows, and it really helps proving this guy wrong. That's literally just what I live for here, the pettiness of having Windows be for. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.